We are just 1 week away from Election Day now, and the issues bringing people to the polls: abortion, inflation, crime, and our democracy itself in the wake of former President Trump and the GOP's false election fraud claims. Joining me now to discuss, ABC News Deputy Political Director Averi Harper. Averi, former President Obama stumping Saturday for Pennsylvania Senate candidate John Fetterman. What do you think? Did it resonate with voters?
Well, I think when you look at a candidate like Fetterman, this is a very close race, and we know that control of the Senate could depend on Pennsylvania. And so there are efforts for the former President Barack Obama, who remains very popular, to campaign with candidates like Fetterman. I think it's really important that Obama is out in areas where he could help boost the turnout of black voters. And so seeing him in areas like Philadelphia, where the black vote is very important, is going to, at least Democrats hope, be a boon for the candidacy of Democrats there.
All right, well, we're going to be following Saturday for sure. Now to Georgia's race for governor. It's a rematch between incumbent Republican Governor Brian Kemp and Democratic candidate Stacey Abrams. Let's talk about how this election is different from the last time that they faced off. And has either side lost any ground?
Right, well, Governor Kemp has the benefit of incumbency this time around. He has a record that he can run on, and he has held that seat before. And so this is a different ball game for him in that he has that benefit. Also, Stacey Abrams has earned a reputation, whether it's warranted or not, of being a progressive. And so that could make it more difficult for her to turn out independent voters or Republicans who are dissatisfied with this state of the current Republican Party. And so she has a bit more of an uphill battle than she did back in 2018.
And recent polls show that Georgia voters are actually leaning toward Republican Brian Kemp for governor and Democrat Raphael Warnock for Senate. Those are the numbers we're following. That means Georgia will, well, they'll have a lot of Kemp-Warnock voters. So what do you think that tells you at this point?
Well, I think that Georgia will have some Kemp-Warnock voters. I think that at the end of the day, we will find some voters who will not be able to stomach voting for Herschel Walker, but will vote for Brian Kemp. I think it's a more likely scenario that we will see voters who, and some of those Republican voters who vote for Kemp, not vote for Senate at all. And so we'll still see what happens there. It's just a few days to go.
And then you have this New York Times Siena poll that shows Democrats are slightly ahead in 4 key Senate races that could determine the balance of power on Capitol Hill. We've been talking a lot about this, the states of Georgia, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Nevada. So let's talk about how those races are shaping up now, just a week away.
Right. Well, many of those elections and those races are really close, and so what we're going to see is both sides try and turn out their supporters, because at the end of the day, what matters is their ability to get their supporters to the polls to cast ballots for them. You know, I think that at this point in the game, things are very, very close, and so we know that the control of the Senate and of the House could rest in some of these races and these key battleground states. And so we just have about 7 more days to keep on watching.
You mentioned every day is going to be, okay, 6 days, 5 days, 4 days. The countdown has truly begun. The countdown's been counting down for a while now. Exactly.
Definitely.
While I have you, Averi, if you don't mind, you know, Juju Chang had an exclusive interview with the second accuser of Herschel Walker, saying that he forced her to have an abortion. What do you make, I guess, what are your thoughts about the second woman, this woman actually showing her face and talking with our network, showing cards, talking about their relationship, even a picture of Herschel Walker allegedly, you know, sleeping in her bed. Do you think this is going to I don't know, in any way change the support that he still has?
Right. Well, watching that accuser's story was certainly compelling, but I think if you go to the state of Georgia and you ask folks about this instance, the folks that are supporters of Herschel Walker are not necessarily buying that accuser's story. And so it's hard to tell if it's going to make a difference in terms of who turns out for Herschel Walker. But another instance of Herschel Walker being in the midst of scandal in the run-up to this very, very important race.
All right. How many days away are we, Averi?
7 days. 7 days, Kara.
And I will be talking to you every single one of the
Yes.
days until then and that night. Averi Harper, thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.